What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of MUT Tips. I'm your host, Sean Taylor from the Made Up Theater, and before we jump in, make sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and as always, subscribe on YouTube down below to be informed of upcoming videos and live streams. Ring that bell. Now let's jump into today's topic, a simple character trick. Today's video is going to focus on a simple trick that you can use to not only create a character, but also retain a character. Because I think that's the most challenging thing about characters in improv, is to remember them. You know, we sometimes forget their physicality or the voice or other things about them that make them unique. So today's trick is going to be a very simple use of a catchphrase. Not only a catchphrase, but a one-word catchphrase. There's a lot of characters in media that, you know, they're defined in a sense by the catchphrase that they have created. For example, Zoinks!
Okay.
David.
Michael.
Sploosh.
Don't! You see, when we think of Mr. Mackey from South Park, we think, okay. And when we think of the Fonz from Happy Days, we think, hey. And we think of Owen Wilson from anything, we think, wow.
Wow.
These one-word catchphrases can be a few different things. Or for example, it could be just like an interjection, like wow, or okay, or yeah. It could also be a noun, like a way you address somebody, like, you know, buddy, or friendo, or something along those lines. It can also be like a sound, you know, like, you know, Marge Simpson goes, you know, that could be used as a way to stay connected to the character that you've created. And the cool thing about these one-word catchphrases is we get to play around with the musicality of them. The character may be constant, but the way we deliver them is not. So for example, the word yeah, you know, we can play around with, for example, the vowel sound and elongate it to make it just a little bit longer and like actually savoring that middle part of the word, like, yeah, you know? Or yeah, you know, it's just, it's helping me solidify a character right now. And also we can play around with the punctuation, you know, like, yeah, you know, that exclamation mark at the end of that word. And we're also shortening the vowel sound. It's just quick, it's like a gunshot. Or we can also put a questioning inflection at the end, like, yeah, you know? I also played with the pitch a little bit. Like, again, the delivery of one word, there's so many different ways to attack it. So let's practice with you right now. I'm gonna give you a characteristic right now, and we'll say the characteristic is sly, okay? So what I want you to do is repeat the phrase, I am sly, like a few times for like 10 seconds. I'll put a blank screen on while you do that. And as you say, I am sly, repeat it over and over, start to settle into that character. You know, the sound of your voice, the physicality that you're conveying, maybe walk around a little bit. Take 10 seconds, repeat the phrase, I am sly, get into that character, and I'll tell you what you're gonna do next. Great. As this character now, for 10 seconds, I want you to say this word over and over, but try to say it differently, okay? As the character you created, play around with the different ways you can convey this catchphrase. Your catchphrase is golly, okay? Golly is your catchphrase. Take 10 seconds, repeat it a few times, try to vary up the way that you do say it. Go. Awesome. One more thing you're gonna do. I'm gonna have you say the same sentence twice. The first time you say it, though, you're gonna add the word golly to the beginning of the sentence. The second time you say it, you're gonna add golly to the end of the sentence, all right? Your sentence is, it sure is hot today. Take it away. Great, how was that? As you can see, the one-word catchphrase can work by itself on its own, but it can also enhance a sentence, and it might change the way you deliver a sentence, whether you put it at the beginning or the end, or I don't know, maybe in the middle. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. You can also like repeat it a few times, like, oh, it sure is hot out today, golly, golly, golly. You know, like we play it again with a little bit of the musicality of it through repetition. So much fun can be had with these one-word catchphrases. Again, not only is it a great way to like truly create and embrace a character, but retain it, you know? When a scene gets edited, we need those ways to just think of like, how can I get back into this character that I just created? And that one-word catchphrase, just say the word golly in your head, and you're like, I remember it now, you know? It just helps solidify that memory of a character that was improvised. And that concludes this episode of MUT Tips, everybody. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for another episode of MUT Tips. Bye!